It all started in 2020, during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. While most people were baking banana bread and binge-watching Netflix, Indy Treadwell was scrolling through TikTok in her Maryland home. She was a single mother raising 2 young daughters, living a quiet life, working hard to make ends meet. Then one day, she stumbled upon something that would change everything.
From Beltsville, Maryland. I'm 29 years old. I am currently unemployed, but before COVID hit, I was doing makeup and I worked at a lounge and I was a hookah girl.
His name was Harry Velez, and he was an inmate in Ohio. At just 24 years old, Harry was serving time for aggravated robbery and kidnapping. But on TikTok, he looked different. His prison videos showed a handsome young man with dark eyes and a confident smile. Indy couldn't stop staring. She watched his videos over and over, feeling a strange pull she couldn't explain.
I actually wasn't looking for love with an inmate. It kind of just popped up. Like I was on my TikTok and he popped up on my For You page, and then I kind of thought like it was a sign. So I went to sleep that night. I had a dream about it.
Soon, Indy reached out. They started chatting through the prison messaging system, then moved to video calls and emails. Harry told her about his rough childhood, his mistakes, and how he wanted to change. Indy believed every word. She felt like she knew him, like they were meant to find each other. Within weeks, she was telling her friends that Harry was her spiritual husband.
My partner is Harry. It was a girl who had like a page full of inmates, and he was like the first one and the only one to ever pop up on my TikTok, so I definitely feel like it was me. She had all the information on the video.
Her family thought she was losing her mind. Her mother, a tough bounty hunter who had seen it all, warned her to stay away. But Indy didn't listen. She visited psychics, asking them about Harry's future. One psychic told her that Harry was her soulmate, that they would build a life together. Another told her to move to Ohio to be closer to him. And that's exactly what Indy did. She packed up her entire life, took her daughters out of school, and moved to Ohio. Her mother was furious, begging her to think about her kids. But Indy was convinced this was fate. She rented a small apartment, enrolled her daughters in new schools, and waited for Harry's release date. Every night, she prayed for him. Every morning, she checked her phone for updates. Her whole world revolved around a man she had never touched. Just when you think it's over, Indy makes a choice that nobody saw coming. You won't believe what happens. In early 2022, Harry was finally released from prison. He went straight to a halfway house in Ohio, where he had to follow strict rules while transitioning back to society. Indy was there to pick him up, dressed up and smiling wide. She had dreamed about this moment for months. When she saw him in person for the first time, her heart raced. He looked even better than she remembered. They hugged tight, and Indy cried happy tears. Harry seemed excited too, but there was something distant in his eyes. Still, Indy pushed those thoughts away. They drove to his sister's house, where Harry would be staying until he got back on his feet. Indy's daughters were nervous but curious. The youngest even started calling him Poppy Daddy, which made Indy's heart melt. For a few weeks, things felt perfect. Indy cooked for Harry, they watched movies together, and he talked about getting a job and building a future. She showed him off on social media, posting photos with captions like, "My king is home," and "God is good." Fans of Love During Lockup watched closely, rooting for them to make it work. But behind the Instagram posts, cracks were already forming. Harry spent hours on his phone, texting people Indy didn't know. When she asked who he was talking to, he got defensive. He disappeared for hours without explanation, saying he was handling business or catching up with old friends. Indy tried to trust him, but her gut told her something was wrong. One night, Indy went through Harry's phone while he was sleeping. What she found broke her heart. Messages from multiple women, flirty texts, plans to meet up. When she confronted him the next morning, Harry didn't even try to lie. He admitted he had been talking to other women, even hooking up with some of them while he was in the halfway house. He said he was young, that he had been locked up for years, and he just wanted to have fun. Indy was crushed, but walking away wasn't something she knew how to do. After everything he did, after all the lies, Indy did something that made fans lose their minds completely. After Harry's confession, Indy should have left. Her friends told her to pack up and go home. Her mother practically begged her, but Indy stayed. She believed Harry would change, that he just needed time to adjust to life outside prison. She told herself that his cheating was a mistake, that he was still figuring things out. But the cheating didn't stop. In fact, it got worse. Harry would leave for days at a time, staying with other women and ignoring Indy's calls. One time, he disappeared for an entire week. Indy sat in the apartment crying, checking her phone every few minutes, hoping he'd text her. When he finally came back, he acted like nothing had happened. He said he needed space and that she was smothering him. Indy tried to be understanding. She gave him space, stopped asking questions, and focused on making him happy. She cooked his favorite meals, bought him new clothes, and even helped him apply for jobs. But nothing she did was enough. Harry kept texting other women, kept staying out late, kept lying. And every time Indy caught him, he promised it would be the last time.
No, what? I can't get a hug.
No. Harry rode in at 10 in the morning.
Let's talk to him.
I'm concerned that he could be cheating again.
What you upset with me for?
The cameras caught it all. On Love After Lockup, viewers watched Indy cry in the car after finding more messages on Harry's phone. They watched her sit alone at dinner while Harry was out with someone else. They watched her defend him to her mother, saying things like, "He's just young," and "He's been through a lot." Fans were furious, calling Harry a user and a liar, but some also blamed Indy for staying. Things reached a breaking point when Indy's mother decided to take action. As a bounty hunter, she knew how to catch people in lies. She set up a trap, sending a decoy to flirt with Harry and see if he'd take the bait. And of course, he did. The decoy texted Harry. He responded with interest, and they made plans to meet up. When Indy's mother showed her the proof, Indy finally realized she couldn't ignore the truth anymore. At just 24 years old, Harry wasn't ready to settle down. He had spent his early 20s behind bars, and now that he was free, he wanted to live. But Indy, at 31 with 2 kids, wanted stability. She wanted a partner, a father figure for her daughters, someone she could build a life with. Harry wanted freedom. They were on completely different paths. But Harry's freedom wouldn't last long. What he did next landed him back behind bars and destroyed everything for good. By late 2022, the relationship was falling apart. Harry's behavior became more reckless. He stayed out all night, stopped coming home, and barely communicated with Indy. She tried to reach him, but he ignored her calls. Friends told her he was partying, hanging out with questionable people, and getting back into trouble. Indy felt helpless. Then, in January 2023, everything came crashing down. Harry was involved in a police confrontation in Ohio. Details were messy, but reports said he resisted arrest, leading officers to pepper spray and tase him. He was charged with multiple felonies, including felonious assault and illegal firearm possession. When Indy heard the news, she didn't know whether to cry or scream. Harry was locked up again, this time facing serious time. Indy visited him once in jail, but the visit was cold. Harry seemed angry, blaming everyone but himself. He told Indy she didn't understand his life, that she was trying to control him. Indy left the jail in tears, feeling like a fool for believing in him. Her daughters asked where Poppy Daddy was, and she didn't know what to say. In July 2023, Harry pleaded guilty. The judge sentenced him to 71 to 81 months in prison, around 6 to 7 years. Indy wasn't in the courtroom. By then, they had officially broken up. She posted a cryptic message on Instagram about compassion and letting go, but she didn't mention Harry by name. Fans speculated that she was finally moving on. For months, Indy went quiet on social media. She focused on her daughters, worked on herself, and tried to rebuild the life she had abandoned for Harry. She moved back to Maryland, enrolled her kids back in their old schools, and started therapy. Friends said she was doing better, that she was finally putting herself first. It seemed like the story was over. The cameras caught it all, but what viewers saw on screen made them so angry they couldn't stay quiet. By mid-2024, rumors started swirling. Fans on Reddit and Instagram claimed they saw Indy and Harry together again. Some said Indy had been visiting him in prison, sending him money and writing him letters. Others said they were planning to get back together once he was released. At first, Indy denied everything, but then she stopped responding to questions altogether. In late 2024, sources close to the couple confirmed that Indy and Harry were talking again. Some reports even suggested they were back together, at least emotionally. Fans were shocked. After everything Harry put her through, after all the lies and cheating and arrests, how could she go back? But those who had followed their story closely weren't surprised. Indy had always struggled to let go. There were also whispers that they might return for a Life After Lockup special. Reality TV producers love a good comeback story, and Indy and Harry's drama was pure gold for ratings. Whether it was real love or just an opportunity to get back on TV, nobody knew for sure. But one thing was clear, their relationship was as messy and unstable as ever. As of early 2025, Indy remains mostly private. She posts about her daughters, her work, and her personal growth. She doesn't talk about Harry directly, but every now and then, she'll share a quote about second chances or forgiveness, and fans immediately assume it's about him. Harry, still locked up, has limited social media access, but friends say he still talks about Indy, claiming she's the only woman who ever really loved him. Indy and Harry's relationship stands out in the Love After Lockup universe for so many reasons. First, there's the level of delusion mixed with genuine emotion. Indy truly believed Harry was her spiritual soulmate, that psychics had confirmed their destiny. She uprooted her entire life, moved to another state, and put her daughters through chaos, all for a man she had never even met in person.
Girl, we're still driving around.
Driving around for what?
My dudes, they wanted me to stop grabbing some burgers.
It's very inconsiderate of you. You know it was gonna
How is it? Can you explain this to me? Hold on. I need you to stop and make it make sense to me, though.
I don't listen to you. I don't care about the burgers and all that.
Then there's Harry's behavior. While Indy was planning their future, Harry was out living his best life, cheating left and right, lying constantly, and showing little respect for her sacrifices. He admitted to being with multiple women while Indy waited for him at home. He disappeared for days, broke promises, and then blamed his actions on being young and locked up for too long.
I'm on my way. I gotta go.
Annoying, bro. Don't consider nobody.
We're not answering. Because I'm angry that he chooses his friends before his family. We're leaving.
I for sure feel like I'm in the middle of Harry.
The family drama added another layer. Indy's mother, a bounty hunter who literally catches criminals for a living, tried everything to protect her daughter. She investigated Harry, set traps to catch him cheating, and begged Indy to leave. But Indy wouldn't listen. The more her mother pushed, the harder Indy fought to defend Harry. It was painful to watch. Fans were split. Some felt sorry for Indy, seeing her as a hopeless romantic who got taken advantage of by a smooth-talking con. Others criticized her for ignoring every red flag and putting her kids in a bad situation. As for Harry, most fans agreed he was manipulative, selfish, and nowhere near ready for a real relationship. Yet somehow, he always managed to pull Indy back in.
It's just like we had a great moment and it made me think like, you know, maybe things will be better, maybe things will improve, but then just like that, it's like back to thinking like, what is going on?
What'd the message say?
I have no idea. I just saw her name and like...
The arrests made things even more dramatic. Just when it seemed like Harry might turn his life around, he got involved in another crime, landed back in prison, and threw away any chance at redemption. Indy's reaction, posting about compassion and then going silent, showed just how exhausted she was. For once, it seemed like she was finally done. But the rumored reconciliation brought everything full circle. If they really are back together, it proves that some people are addicted to chaos. Whether it's love, loneliness, or something darker, Indy can't seem to stay away from Harry. And Harry, locked up once again, knows Indy is the one person who will always answer his calls. So is this true love or pure chaos? The answer might surprise you, and it's messier than you think. Indy and Harry's relationship on Love After Lockup has become one of those storylines that doesn't just annoy viewers, it genuinely upsets them. As season 4 unfolds, fan reactions are less about messy romance and more about the innocent child caught in the chaos. For many, watching this couple isn't entertaining anymore, it's stressful. A lot of viewers zeroed in on Indy's daughter, and the comments are brutal. One fan wrote, "I'm watching season 4 right now, and I want to cry for Indy's little girl. Sitting in the back of that car while her trash bucket mother drives that loser around while he chain smokes with the windows up. Disgusting." Others echoed the same heartbreak, pointing out that the constant cursing and fighting happens right in front of the child. "And they curse and fight in front of her, that poor baby," another comment added. Fans aren't just judging, they're genuinely worried. Harry doesn't get much sympathy either. Many viewers feel his entire persona is fake and embarrassing. "He tries so hard to act tough, shit's cringe AF," one fan bluntly said. When people mention that he eventually ended up back in jail with multiple new cases, it only reinforces their opinion. Well, if it makes you feel any better, he ended up back in jail and had at least 2 new cases that I'm aware of, another viewer commented, almost like a grim spoiler that no one was surprised by. Indy, however, seems to frustrate fans the most. Some try to be understanding, but their patience runs out fast. "I just started watching this too, and OMG, Indy raises my blood pressure too," one fan wrote. Another added, "I don't like to judge. I understand some people don't have proper healing or understanding of healthy relationships, but her following the psychics and not taking Harry's sister advice was just irritating me." Viewers felt like she ignored every warning sign in favor of fantasy. There's also a growing belief that the relationship is being dragged out for money. "Ugh, I hate return cast, and these two are already played out. They're gonna be fake AF," one person said. Another was even more direct. "Another couple I didn't like the first time around faking their relationship for one more season of reality TV paycheck. I won't be watching." Some fans see desperation behind it all. "I think Indy is lonely, broke, and desperate," one comment read, mentioning her asking followers to cash app gas money. And at the center of it all is the child. As one fan put it, "I hope Indy grows the hell up and finds a stable place for her kid. Damn girl, what are you dragging the child into?" Love them or hate them, Indy and Harry keep people talking, and that's reality TV magic. Indy and Harry gave us a love story that nobody will forget. From TikTok DMs to prison visits, cheating scandals to breakups, and maybe even a comeback, they've been through it all. Whether their relationship is built on real love or just desperation, one thing is certain, they've earned their place in reality TV history. So what do you think? Is Indy a hopeless romantic, or just hoping for the impossible? Should she move on, or does Harry deserve another chance? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more wild reality TV stories.